Welcome back to Storytime. So for a quick recap, Master Xehanort has taken the darkness out of Ventus's heart, creating a faceless boy named Vanitas. He's hoping that by pitting a heart of pure darkness against a heart of pure light, that he can recreate the Keyblade and open Kingdom Hearts. He's also looking for a younger, stronger body to transplant his own heart into so he can keep on living. Unfortunately, the whole splitting Ventus's heart thing doesn't go too well, and he falls into a deep sleep. But just when things look bad, Sora's newborn heart offers to connect the two of them, healing the damage and letting him wake up. So now Xehanort has his heart of pure darkness and his heart of pure light. Ventus is now awake, but he's kind of in a daze. He doesn't really know what's going on, and he's lost a lot of his memories. As for Vanitas, he's still connected to Ventus's heart, and so now he's connected to Sora's heart too. Because of this, he finally gets a face, the one that Sora will have later. Despite having a rockin' head of hair though, he's not happy. Vanitas knows that he's not the original, and having a heart of darkness, he feels anger and hate all the time. He especially hates Ventus because he represents the light that he doesn't have. And although Master Xehanort wants to train the two of them together, Vanitas warns him that he cannot be around Ventus or he'll probably try to kill him. This would be inconvenient, so Xehanort needs somewhere else to put him. Somewhere where he can continue his training in light and become more powerful so that he and Vanitas can one day make the Keyblade. Xehanort realizes that the person who can do that is his old buddy Ericus. So he puts on his best apologetic face and takes Ventus to the land of departure. Ericus is more than happy to take the boy in, and while he's there, Xehanort sees his other two apprentices, Aqua and Terra. And from the moment Xehanort sees Terra, he realizes he's found the perfect host. Meanwhile, Vanitas is finding that he's actually missing Ventus. Even though he resented his other half, without him he feels even more incomplete, and the fact that he's missing Ventus at all makes him hate himself even more. Overcome by these negative feelings, he creates the Unversed, creatures that are born off of and feed on negative feelings. Vanitas tries to slay the Unversed, but because they're a part of him, he feels immense physical pain from it, and even more get created, starting a vicious cycle. Xehanort convinces him that the only way to stop this cycle of pain and recombine with his other half is to grow stronger so that one day he and Ventus can fight and recreate the Keyblade. With all the pieces in place, Xehanort just has to wait for Master Ericus' pupils to become stronger. In the meantime, it's time to take a look at another world and what's happening there. This world is a tranquil one known as the Timeless River. On this river is a steamboat, and on this steamboat is a young rapscallion known as Mickey Mouse. Mickey is a deckhand on the boat, helping out Captain Pete. However, he's kind of aloof and lazy and not the best employee. However, he's exceptionally brave and is always trying to help people, going on all sorts of adventures. Eventually, Mickey finds his way outside of the Timeless River and goes to other worlds. Like with Xehanort, we're not exactly sure how he manages to do it. What we do know is where he ends up, in a world called the Mysterious Tower. This is another one of the worlds that rests between light and darkness, and the keeper of this tower is a former Keyblade master known as Yen Sid. An incredible sorcerer, Yen Sid takes Mickey on as an apprentice, teaching him both magic and the ways of the Keyblade. Mickey learns a lot about magic, but Yen Sid is kind of a slow teacher, and once in a while Mickey kind of takes things into his own hands. However, while training, he seems to grow a little more mature. Now at some point, his old boss Pete figures out how to travel worlds too. In his case, we can assume it was by using the Corridors of Darkness. He finds a world called the Country of the Musketeers. He becomes the head musketeer in charge of protecting a princess named Minnie. His real plan, though, is to capture her and take the kingdom for himself. Mickey finds out about this, and knowing that his former boss is kind of a jerk, he grabs his pals Donald and Goofy and travels to the Country of the Musketeers. The three of them train under Pete, knowing that they're going to have to fight him eventually. And lo and behold, Pete does kidnap the princess, but Mickey, Goofy, and Donald are able to stop him. Minnie is incredibly appreciative, apparently enough so that she decides to leave her world and go back to the Timeless River with the rest of them. Mickey and Minnie become the Jay-Z and Beyonce of the Timeless River. They build a castle and become the king and queen of the newly minted Disney Town. They're unanimously loved, so everyone just kind of goes with it. Mickey returns to his training, leaving Minnie to run things. As for our buddy Xehanort, he gets a letter from Ericus telling him that Terra and Aqua are about to undergo the Mark of Mastery, basically the SATs of Keyblade wielding. Xehanort, who's convinced Ericus that he's changed and now wants to fight the darkness, accepts, knowing that it's time to put his plan into action.